Hi, my name is Brandon Jones, and I've been studying BSc Product Design at Cardiff Metropolitan University. I was born and raised in Merthyr Tydfil in the Valleys, and ever since I graduated from Merthyr College, it was my dream to go to Cardiff Metropolitan and study product design. My skills as a designer over the last few years have increased dramatically, spanning from my sketching, my CAD work, all the way to my teamwork and my leadership skills. Throughout my time in university, I've focused most of my designs on sustainable resources and less environmentally damaging materials. But then last year, my focus has shifted more into the health sector and any ways to help improve the industry. My proudest accomplishments in design are the awards I've received when my work has gone noticed. I was awarded the British Education Award and the Welsh Vocational Award, both for my work in my final year of college and my first year of university. These were awarded to me for the amount of extracurricular work I completed, as well as receiving the top grades. I also received a high commendation from W2W and Griffith for my work creating a collaborative seating space for them in a nationwide competition. My final certificate received throughout my design work so far was from Creative Spark, where I took part in a hackathon in the Ukraine to create a concept of LNAA Creative Hub. The Grey Fox project was a 5-week live project that we had to design a new collaborative working space. To begin, we started heading around local offices and collaborative working areas. And as seen in the images, every office had a different space and a different way for the workers to work. After looking into the areas, we started watching our fellow students and started analysing the different ways that they were using the conventional tables, as well as a conventional way of using these seats. We also create our own ways of using them, which meant that our anthropometric data had to show this when we were going into our sketching and our designing. After thoroughly analysing the way students would use the seats, I began sketching and taking into account the many ways the seat may be used. We started looking into more of the shape of the chair, so that it would be made to use in different ways, rather than someone choosing to use it a new way. These sketches are showing the different ways a seat may be used, and the different shapes that will still accommodate all the different ways the chair can be used. We then began looking into the design of the shape of the chair, as we wanted this to be able to be small, compact and be able to store very easily. The choice in the shape was also used so that it could be used in different ways by the user. We played around with some CAD and some concepts and found a few problems, which then pushed us onto our final shape. The final shape we chose managed to fit every other shape, which meant it could be stored in so many different ways. From this, we made a full-scale model, as we wanted to see how a user would react to it and the size of it. After completing the product, a few of us were invited to Dublin, as an awards ceremony was being held to celebrate and show off our work. Unfortunately, I only received a high commendation and was running up to the winners. That being said, I'm still extremely proud of my work and the final outcome. It was also really nice to see our final work put on show with the rest of the colleges and universities that applied. Over the last year, I have really been focusing on my physical well-being and my fitness. Because of this, I looked into designing a product that would allow someone with a fast-paced lifestyle to be able to get the best source of protein whilst on the go. So, I decided to design a portable scrambled egg cooker for people on the go. One of the main reasons for this is that most dietitians recommend eating within 30 minutes after a workout. After a workout, your body needs to be refueled, specifically with carbs and protein, for energy and to repair the micro damage that the exercise does to your muscles. I began by trying to play around with some different shapes and try and find the most aesthetically pleasing shape that would also work as a portable product. I needed this to be better than anything on the market currently, as there's nothing there that is this portable at the minute. I started looking at other things on the market, and none of them seemed to show a good solution for portability. So I played around with some more shapes and started to base them off the current products and see if I could compact them and make them more portable. I decided to go into more concept sketching, trying to get the right shapes and where everything would be placed. After looking at these sketches, I decided the best way forward would be to start working on CAD. The first CAD model incorporated every piece I needed: the rubber lid, the base, the hot plate, the mixer, and also the egg holder. Unfortunately, this product would be too large, so I needed to go back to redesign. The second concept would have a much larger base, so we'll be able to hold all the batteries. It also incorporated the egg holder plate, the tool that would be able to mix the eggs and also use to eat them, and a lid that would be able to fold down and make it more spacious. Unfortunately though, again, this product would prove to be much too large. The third concept had a much thinner base that would still be able to hold the tool and also the batteries needed. This product only incorporated the base, the plate and the lid, cutting out the egg holder completely. After these concepts, I realised I was nowhere near finished, as the concept would prove to be too large or wouldn't be able to transport the eggs. So I decided to start printing, just to make sure that the sizes I had would be perfect and would be able to hold the eggs and also fit perfectly in the palm of your hand. The final results show me that the spoon would be much too small, but the plate itself would be a perfect size. The only problem was the depth of this plate would not be able to hold any eggs used, meaning that I had to go back to the drawing board, increase the depth and the size of the tool being used. The printing then showed me in the right direction to create my final design. The final design is compiled together with a hot plate, a rubber lid, portable tool, a 12-volt rechargeable battery, magnetic heating disc, and 4 3mm screws. The second part of the design, which is a tube, is used to carry 4 eggs spreading out the design, meaning it would fit in gym bags or camping bags better. For a marketing point of view, I went with the name Swiftish, as I believe it fits the design and its use perfectly. PDR was a 24-hour live project where we had to design a foot drop support for bike riders. I began by quickly throwing together some initial sketches that would give us a direction to go into. The idea was to support the entire leg up the calf and not just the ankle and the foot. Going into testing, we decided to start modelling on top of someone's leg so we could get a perfect size guide and begin working around to create a final CAD piece and pick which areas would be best to support when walking. We had our colleague, who we were modelling on top of, walk around and give us feedback where he felt the most constriction and the most restrictions with his leg, so we knew to avoid those areas and help where we could. With his feedback, we were able to pinpoint the areas we needed to cut apart and use for the final model, and cut out so we didn't restrict any muscle movement when riding bikes or walking. Finally, I played around with the CAD for the final shape, as it needed a wrap around and on top of the foot to support it. Then I went on to create the final CAD, showing as it goes up the back of the leg and over the foot. Finally, I showed the model in different scenarios as it could be used, not just for professionals and downhill bikers, but just hobby cyclists too.